Hi guys. Um, what we're going to look at today is this back quarter window power mechanism. It's already been cut out to fit, and the mechanism itself has been adjusted. We're ready to make up a template for the inner wall. Now you can see I used a large chunk of cardboard. In fact, it was several pieces of cardboard. By using sections and then taping them together, I was able to come up with a full template of the inner wall. Doesn't look like much, but that's exactly the shape that we need to cut out so that when we slide that sheet metal in there, it will fit perfectly into place, and then it'll be welded all around the edges, on the door jamb, and up around the top. Well, as you can see, we've cut one out using the template over there. Now we're going to use the one we've cut out to cut out the other side. Okay. Now we got manpower on the inside. I think what we'll do is we'll slide it in this way.
Okay, and put it back.
Okay, and then drop it down.
Okay.
So that's the way it's going to go in there.
Yeah.
So,
Got it?
yeah.
Now this has to go inside the structure in here.
Okay, we're not low enough.
We need to move ahead about an inch,
Yeah.
and this rod is holding us. Give me a pair of tin snips.
We'll slice the sheet.
Yeah, just make a little notch there.
You got a marker?
Green ones, please. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you got it marked?
Yep.
Okay.
My eyes.
Okay. I got the sheet.
A little bit out. It's closer.
Okay, now, the other thing that's keeping us out are these screws.
Yeah. I was supposed to weld that, so that's when we get the forward direction first. Okay, we're still on this rod. Back up a little bit. Okay. That's it. How are you over there? That lines up pretty well there.
Not bad at all.
Those screws are holding us.
Yeah, it's got to go down a little bit more, I think. Where's your rubber mallet? How is that?
That looks very good.
Everything lines up?
Yeah, we're a little bit high on the weld here of this rod again. If we go back a smidgen, wait. Let me trim again. Very little. Okay, go forward.
Watch your fingers.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now we can vice grip this into place so it doesn't move. I'm going to catch it right through the seatbelt pocket here. Okay.
How is this looking here?
Doesn't look too bad. You got another pair of vice grips.
Good. Yeah.
No, we're going to leave that straight.
We're going to leave that running wild for now. Yep. We can put a screw in through this flange and catch the panel. There's a little pile on the top right there. There's one there. I'll hold a piece. Just go through that flange and we'll capture this up here. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, up there. Oh, guess what? They're inside the channels. So we're gonna have to make access holes for those studs.
Well, can you reach?
Yeah, I can get that one. If you line that one up, I can get the third one, and that should be enough to test everything.
Okay.
Here's this. Yeah, that's right.
Give me a nut.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get this one?
Yeah, all done.
Yeah.
So, okay. Want to get the battery?
Yeah. Now that we've mounted the power window mechanism in place, we're going to test it out.
So this one stud will have to be moved back. Like this
Okay.
track has to be moved in.
Okay, and this one here, that's pretty close.
It's got to come in this way.
Here.
So actually, if we nip this top tack up here,
Yeah.
you don't want to move the panel in, do you?
Well, we can. That's movable. Okay.
I'm just looking here.
Yeah, if we cut that and put another spacer in there and just move the whole thing.
Yeah, because this is it's gonna bind up.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets.
No, let's see. Try it.
All right.
Just touch. Okay. This right now is plexi and it's flexible. The glass, flat glass, won't be flexible. So we have to make sure before all this is closed in that that glass is free and doesn't touch anything as it goes up into place. So now's the time to make the adjustments for the mounting. Okay, try it again.
I'm binding up on something.
Here it goes. Okay, Will.
Actually,
The tension is up here now.
this space in here, we have 1/4 inch of movement, but this can be sucked down.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It just means you have to take it out again. But
Yeah.
we can try it and see how it goes up. There's not that much tension on the plexi, but if it's glass, it won't work.
Yeah. Okay, up you go. Oh, the other way.
Other way. Flip the wires. Fingers. That's it.
Okay.
Look at that gap. Wow.
That's very, very close. There's a slight adjustment in it.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. And the door glass has to come up another 1/2 inch.
Yeah. There we go.
That's fitting really nicely. Wow. I like that.
Okay.
See, and then when you, not sure if you guys can hear me, but when you drop the glass, you're going to have a hardtop, basically an open hardtop. We won't have a post in here. It'll be a nice open big window.
Okay, down we go. Okay, we have to locate stops on this also, so that the glass doesn't disappear below the window line.
Yeah. You can go up a little bit. Actually, we're going to leave it up because
Okay, bring it up until you touch my hand.
Yeah, just tip the glass in or the plexi in a
Yeah,
little bit.
I got it. Whoop.
I want to bring it up closed.
Yeah, but no, you don't want it extended. You're
I'd like
taking
to
it
see
out.
I'd like to see it from the outside.
Oh,
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to see it. Okay, leave it at that. There we go. That's tipped ever so slightly forward. Once everything's tightened up, then we can test it again. Okay, I'm coming out. Oh, it's nice. Good. If we move this in here at the top, just crank that bolt in,
Yeah.
create a bit more space.
Yeah,
There won't be so much tension on that.
yeah, it'll go in flat. Looking good.
That's it. Ready for paint. Now that we have the structural quarter panel here mocked up and marked out with all the details, we can take it out of the car, trim away whatever we don't need, and start creating beads and flanges into it for strength, because right now it just kind of flops around. So once we create those beads and flanges, except for where the window mechanism is going to be removed, we might have to change the profile of that hole afterwards once the door skin is on here, or the quarter panel skin is on. But that's the only flanges I won't create until later. But everything else here, so that it sits down where it needs to be and through these areas here, that'll all be done and mounted back in place. We also have to make a few access holes for the screws or the fasteners so that we can unbolt this mechanism when the panel's on, because we won't have access to it from this side for obvious reasons. Once we get this panel finished and installed, we'll finish the passenger side one, get that installed, and work on the structural cross member that supports the two areas back in here. Now I got to punch a few holes for the spot welds and we'll get this reinstalled. Good. So right now I'm just rolling it through, and being the upper wheel is sliding down past the bottom wheel, it's creating an offset that's going out towards the exterior skin. Doesn't really matter which way you go. I just thought this would look better. There. The first time around I just broke it. Second time, a little trickier on the radius. First time it gave me a track to follow in. The second time, it's following it within that track. Okay, go one more time. A little tricky with a large panel, but that's looking good. Okay. That's it. So you can see here, I've created a little reveal outward, and that adds strength to the panel. It's made it a lot more rigid. You can see it doesn't flop around. So once we roll this later, and a few more flanges around the other areas, it'll really stiffen up. So let's get this thing installed. Okay, so I've got this side all installed. Now, being that we have the wire frame in place now, it's going to make it a little bit tricky to get that rear speaker deck installed again. So I'm going to leave that side off for now, kind of wiggle that deck through, and then we'll install that side panel on the other side. The wire frame makes it a little bit tricky to get things in and out. Okay, well, that's not looking too bad. Now what I should do is install this gable or this structural member on this side and then put this deck in place. All we did was turn this 180 degrees, like I mentioned, and it seems to work out quite well to provide a speaker deck here, a storage compartment, and for the set of golf clubs, whatever he wants to store back here. So if we can make that work, great. If not, well, we'll make another one. But so far, I have my fingers crossed. So now that we have this web installed, we can take that rear deck and wiggle it back into place. It's going to be tricky because I can't quite reach around. That wasn't too bad. Okay, I think that's where it's got to be. The placement of this is crucial because it's also going to support the rear hinges for the rear trunk lid. So if we have it off in the wrong spot, the trunk hinges won't work. So, okay, let's leave it here. We might put a few clamps on it or a screw or two, and then go from there.
The next step is going to be to make the final adjustments so that it sits nice. And then we're ready to actually permanently weld the inner panel into place and to proceed on to other things. Thanks for watching, guys.